You have 7 units and 200 employees?
Yeah, a little
and
over
how many
200,
trucks?
Yeah. Over 140.
140 trucks. I'm going, all I see there is lawsuits.
Risk.
And you're exactly right. So that just came the portion of like, okay, I had a tax problem. Now, how do I protect what I built by that? Using the taxes and using the cash flow from our company and building a wealth strategy plan.
Right. Because the challenge I always see with my clients is that the more successful you are, the bigger the target you are.
Yeah. And the process I started.
It's the nature of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
and you have the added
it's
problem.
like those people that say, is that my money in your pocket?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. I'm looking at it as, do I just buy more insurance?
Right.
And so I started in that path. I mean, just, as you're kind of looking around and I always say, you only know what you know. Right. And someone else says the hardest thing I've ever done is the hardest thing I've ever done. Right. Yeah. And people say, is it easier to go from 1 to 10 employees or 10 to 100? And I say it's easier to go from 10 to 100 because you have a system and a scale and SOPs and you have a system and the same thing of scaling your business at asset. But I'm like, okay, if I buy insurance, I just keep buying more insurance as I just keep getting more assets.
And how'd that go?
And then I start seeing the value of, and it's like, hey, for having an Amazon delivery business like this for $1 million policy, it's $100,000. I'm like, well, that's worth the risk. You know what I mean from that standpoint. So I buy 10 years of it.
But then you want to add another $1 million because now you have a lot more in assets, or $5 million, and then they're like, okay, well, that's going to be $500,000.
And then it never ends.
It never
ends. Right. And then that's where, the road mapping of like calling Doug and relaying that. But it also helped me ease my taxes on the backside too, because the fundamentals were there. Right, because if I'm going to run that marathon, I got to run 1 mile first, and the fundamentals help me able to scale that.
I see part of the challenge also with insurance is there once you lose a lawsuit, right? I mean, that's really what it's for. Mm-hmm. But Doug, does insurance always cover those claims in a lawsuit? I mean, that's my experience. I mean, if you're in business, you've been in a lawsuit, right?
Yeah.
And insurance, their job is to get out of paying you.
That's their first job.
That's their first job.
We actually had an insurance company that got nailed because of a whistleblower inside. They had a manual on how to get out of coverage, how to not pay the claim. Right. They had actually systemized it, which they're not allowed to do it. Insurance is great. You cannot do without it. I would never tell you, Travis, don't worry about insurance at all. You need a basic level of insurance, especially with the risk that you have. Mm-hmm. But you can't insure your way out of the problem because, one, you can't buy enough. You don't have a budget to buy enough. They will quit selling you at some point.
Ask the homeowners in Southern California.
In California or Colorado or everywhere around the world.
Like $7,000-8,000 a month for insurance on a home.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So you can't buy your way out of it. You can't insure your way out of it. So now you have to go, okay, what else can I do? And that's where you wake up and say, okay, I need to actually do asset protection. Yeah. And the good news is what you said. If the right asset protection attorney is in cahoots with the right tax strategist, it's so beautiful. It's such an elegant thing. And that's why it feels like it all works together to save my taxes, save my bill, and save my assets.
Yeah. How true is it that you want to be the house on the block that looks so locked up and so protected that the burglars go to the other houses?
Yeah.
And the burglars, we're talking about the plaintiffs, lawyers, right? They go to the other houses. That's the same way I think about taxes. Yeah. So I want my clients to be so buttoned up that the IRS goes, there's nothing here.
Right.
I'm going to go on to somebody else.
Yeah.
And it's not worth my time. And that's what you want too, right? Is that
100%.
The whole goal with asset protection, as I understand it, is I want them looking at my client and saying, no, I'm not going to go through that.
Mm-hmm. It's the primary reason to do it. That is the main reason. It's not to tell people to go pound sand, I got asset protection, and then watch them try. It's to have them look at it and go, actually that insurance policy looks okay. Yeah. I'm willing to take it. Or if it's some reason it's not insured, they look at you and they just say, it's the ROI for us as a law firm, because they're working on a contingent fee, is not there. We're not going to get paid. It's too hard. Sorry, your case isn't as good as we thought it was, Travis. We're going to pass. Yeah. So it's the main reason we do it. Of course, it's got to work. So if we do get the case that it goes, they get the judgment, and they start the collection action, your asset protection can't be a smoke and mirrors.
Right.
It's got to be dialed in. It's got to be serious. But our goal is to actually never have to use it.
You talk about conspiracy theories, and I'm going. Almost makes you think that it was planned that way. It probably wasn't. But except that what we do know is he with gold makes the rules, right? And so we do know that a lot of the tax benefits come from good lobbying. Mm-hmm. The asset protection benefits A lot of those come from good lobbying,
Yeah.
right? And so the laws are made in such a way to protect the wealthy. But what I love about the U.S. is the Equal Protection Clause, which says basically
it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander.
If it's good for rich people, it's good for middle class people.
Yeah.
And so everybody gets the same opportunities from a protection standpoint, from a tax planning standpoint. You can be big or small, you get the same tax benefit.
If you have the same advice. And that's where most people fail, is that they don't get the same opportunity, not because that's not available to them, but just because they don't know it's available, and they have advisors that are not at the level that can tell them.
Well, and it's a combination of advice. I mean, advice is important, but I think just as important is the education. Because if you don't have the financial education, I mean, the reality is, I've told Travis before, I can't reduce your taxes. I can just tell you what you need to do to reduce your taxes, but I can't do it for you.